Hi there and welcome back to the New Year's week trading recap. Like on the previous Christmas week, I'll try to make this as quick as possible. On Monday, we had nothing, just snake EPA, so we'll skip right to Tuesday. On this block, this kind of looks like some sort of accumulation. If we go here on a 15 minute, it isn't quite obvious, but all these liquidities, all these swing points right here, all this is liquidity. So we have one right here, another right here, another right here, another right here, another right here. This one doesn't count because it was already swept. But we have all these ones acting as some sort of LRLR. And if we see above here, this also looks like some sort of LRLR. So what I did, as I said before, I waited for a manipulation, which happened right here, and then the distribution to the upside. I was targeting this high inside the fair value gap, and here is actually on the 5 minute. We inversed this, but as you can see right here, this wasn't a good setup because we still had this small fair value gap to be inversed. So when this candle closed, it didn't close above the fair value gap, so it didn't make the best inverse fair value gap, and it only inversed up here, which already makes this an invalid setup, and it would be a negative RR. It's just to mention that the price action was decent, just like last week. It's just some signature in price that it's quite nice for us to remember. And after sweeping the 5 minute, I was kind of bullish because we were sweeping a high that already swept a high. So we were sweeping a protected high. But because we swept the high and we went right back inside the range, I did take this 1 minute to the downside. And I targeted this BPR. But of course, this wasn't the best trade. This target isn't the best. It's some kind of a made up target. And we also had the 2 minute and the 3 minute fair value gaps. Those inversed as well. But if you go back on the 5 minute, and if we go in a 5 minute, we also inversed it, but it was way below, and it will make this trade a negative RR. Unless I targeted below, but we have already swept sell side liquidity. I wouldn't really think about targeting this because I wasn't that bearish. And now, if we go to Friday, my target would be something like this, and I would take some sort of a partials around here if we did take there. And we swept this high, and as you can see, it was a strong sweep. And right here, we created this low, and we left this big busy right here. We swept this short-term low, we created an intermediate-term low that balanced the whole fair value gap, and now, if we zoom on the 1 minute, inside of this gap, we had this CB right here that was inversed with such a good momentum, and this was such a good trade. This is probably the most textbook trade that I have seen, I don't know, since the beginning of December. Because as I said, we swept the 15 minute, we also swept the internal range liquidity. This was an intermediate term low. We inversed the iFVG with momentum, and we had a bullish bias with really good targets, a really good break even, this high inside the fair value gap after sweeping the low. A good target right here, and I would probably have taken a lot, half of the position here and a runner here. I wasn't trading, but this trade was really, really good, and I just wanted to mention it before we went back on the next week, where I will already be taking the trades on my funded account. So that's all for this week. We'll see what we have waiting for us on the next ones. Thank you. Bye-bye.